Hi, I'm Allie Funk. I'm 12 years old and I like to do crafts and other stuff.
I'm 10.
My name is Angela. I was diagnosed at 16 months old with spinal muscular atrophy type 2.
My name is Veronica. I was officially diagnosed in March of 2011 and I have ALS.
I'm Zila. I'm 6 and I like to paint.
I'm Wesley. I'm 16 years old. I love video games, animals, and eating.
Growing up, I had a cousin, Judy, who had muscular dystrophy. She was about 10 years older than I was. I always looked up to Judy.
When I talk about having SMA, I tell people that there are 3 things that I can do well and by myself. I can put on my makeup because I'm terrified of clowns and I don't want to look like one. I can brush my teeth and I can feed myself. And other than that's all I can do. I need help for everything. It doesn't embarrass me, but it's something that I've accepted, and I can't choose what I can and can't do physically, but I can choose my attitude about it.
We would walk across the stage, shake hands with our teachers, shake hands with the principal and everything. But I never got to do that because there were stairs up to the stage. No ramp, no lift, and it wasn't until I started going to middle school that I learned that they'd had a lift all that time and never told me.
It's so big! Good job, BJ! Awesome!
I really deeply credit camp for helping me to become an independent woman.
It's just like being at a regular summer camp, but you know, things are lower if they need to be, they're higher if they need to be, just so that kids like me can do them.
The food was really awesome. Events, you know, archery, canoeing, horse riding, and eating again. Those are all really awesome events.
I like swimming because we get to swim like everywhere and there's toys everywhere we can play and there's water coming down somewhere and you go under it and you get wet. It's fun. I want to go to camp next year and do the zip line.
Kids that go to a regular summer camp would say, oh, you know I can do this, I know I can do this. But for us, it's like climbing the rock wall and then going, I didn't know I could do that.
One of the things that really stands out is the relationships that develops between all the kids. I can't tell you the number of our kids that I spoke to that talked about the long-term relationships that were built. Their best friends were at camp, and they hadn't seen their best friend since last summer.
You're doing great. You're halfway there. We're going to turn around.
The great thing about the MDA clinic is that it gives me the opportunity to come on one day and have everybody that needs to see me see me.
And it's a lot easier on us than having to go up to the hospital every time we needed to see a doctor. 5 different times for 5 different doctors. It's all in one stop.
MDA provided me with a power wheelchair from the loaner closet, and I can use it until I don't need it anymore or I grow out of it.
This is a time when our understanding and our approaches to these diseases is reaching meteoric heights. We're very excited about what this means to our patients. The last year or so is the first time we've had compounds that are in patients that look like they're making a difference. Our Duchenne kids are walking a little bit farther. Our patients with ALS are living longer with more quality. We have new hope, not just for the basic science in spinal muscular atrophy. We have hope based on available trials with medications.
That's all you have, is to hope that things will get better. I mean, because if you lived your whole life thinking about the bad, that's not a life for anybody.
We're very familiar with the National Institutes of Health programs. These are the programs that really do support some big trials. But you can't get funding from them until you've done 30 to 50% of the work. Who's going to pay for the first 30 to 50%? Who's going to pay for the initial stages when all you have is an idea that looks promising? MDA is there to support the basic research in animal models to make sure that this is an appropriate target.
A specific example was given where the Muscular Dystrophy Association had made a total of $1 million of initial research investment, and through that was able to garner an additional $70 million, much longer, much larger research investment by Pfizer. And so that, in my mind, is true financial leverage. $1 million investment ultimately garnering an additional $70 million. To me, that's extremely powerful.
This is a nice guy's disease. These are some of the nicest people in the world. You have to come to the MDA-ALS clinic where you meet phenomenal people, most of whom are more concerned about giving back to you than you give to them. Our patients are fabulous people, and we're committed to them. And I'm personally committed to them.
I want to be a ballerina when I grow up.
I think it's critically important for people to support MDA. Someone you know is affected and someone you know needs your help.
I have never had a dream where I was in a wheelchair. I've always walked in my dreams, every single time, which is really awesome.
I've always wanted to, when I graduate high school, to walk across the stage instead of use my wheelchair. There's a time when you want to not just stand, but walk.
We were absolutely convinced that the steps that were taken, the funding that's made, is really building the foundation, whether it's through camp, whether it's through research projects, etc. We're truly building the foundation that's going to last and impact multiple generations.